Hey guys, it's Riaa. Welcome back to my channel for another video. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. I hope that you decide to subscribe to my channel so that you can see all of the amazing content that I put out. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the two books that I read throughout the months of July and August. I was a stay-at-home mom. I am now a working mom, and I usually make motherhood and lifestyle content, but occasionally I will make videos on books and what I've been reading and share my thoughts with you guys. So let's just jump right in. So the first book that I read in the month of July was Love, Life, and the List by Casey West. Casey West is one of my favorite female contemporary writers. I really love her books. There's honestly not been a book that I've read by her that I have not enjoyed, and that statement is still very true to this day even after reading this book. So Love, Life, and the List is a contemporary romance novel, and it is about a girl named Abby who is going to be a senior in high school. She's also an artist, and she's working really hard to try and get into a prestigious art program for Christmas break. However, she works for an art museum in the town where she lives in, and she takes some of her pieces to go and hopefully be featured in like the big art show that they have at the end of the summer. But the art gallery runner, or like the main person who runs the art gallery, denies all of her pieces and just says that she just does not have it. Her pieces are just not enough and good enough to be featured in the show, and that they just don't have heart and passion and emotion. And so that really crushed Abby's heart, which, I mean, who wouldn't get their hearts crushed when your passion is basically just slammed by another artist, and just basically you're told that you're just not good enough. So who wouldn't be crushed by that? So Abby is very heartbroken about this, and so with the help of her family and her best friend Cooper, she compiles a list that she titles the Heart List, which is basically just a list of things for her to do throughout the summer so that she can get more experience, and hopefully that experience will transcend into her artwork as she progresses and as she just works on it throughout the summer, because she is determined to be in the art show, she's determined to be featured, and she's determined to get into that art program over winter break. Now, this book is a contemporary romance, like I said, and so the romance part of this book is basically a unrequited love story. So Abby's best friend Cooper is with her for this summer. They are actually a part of a group of 4 best friends, but 2 of their friends are gone for this summer, and so it just leaves Cooper and Abby to spend their time together. But the thing is that Abby is hopelessly in love with Cooper, and after confessing her love to him the summer before and being shot down, she has retracted her love and tried to keep it contained. And as we all know, that's so hard to do when you have a crush on someone and you spend every single day with them. It just screams disaster, right? So throughout the summer, her and Cooper work together on the Heart List and really try and gain experience together, and they just kind of go through life and do things. I really enjoyed this story. I really love the friendship between Cooper and Abby. I just think it's so great. It's so genuine and so unique, and they just have a really awesome dynamic between them. And that's one thing that I really love about this story, is that the friendship is just so solid and strong. Another thing that I really love about this story is the family dynamic between Abby's family. She lives with her grandpa and her mom. Her dad is a soldier and is stationed in Afghanistan, and so he's not really present in her life, and he misses a lot of life's biggest moments, and they try and like keep in touch as much as they can. But the relationship that Abby has with her grandpa, I just really love and admire. I wish that I had that relationship with my own grandparents. They're just so fun, and they pick on each other, and it's just so sweet. It's so cute. And then her mom is just equally as amazing, but she is agoraphobic. She doesn't leave the house unless it's like to go on small little walks every once in a while, but she has a really hard time leaving, and she just deals with a lot of anxiety and fear. And so one thing that I really like about Casey West's writing is that she manages to layer all of these intense and realistic emotions that people deal with every day, and interweave them all together and just like make a story out of it. And so it's always super interesting, and she did such a great job with this. The only downside to this book is that I feel like the romance between Abby and Cooper and like the love story aspect of it was just not there. I honestly, personally, just didn't feel like they had a good like romantic connection. You guys will see what I mean if you decide to read this book, that it just obviously is an unrequited love story, so the love is one-sided for the most part. And it's definitely just there for me. Like, you can tell like there's just not a deep emotionally romantic connection, and so that's one thing that I really didn't like about this story. Casey West always does a really good job at taking cliche tropes and like the things that you often see in contemporary romance novels. She has a way of taking those and like putting her own spin on them, and just like I said, layering different things together to make an incredible story, and she did really well with this story. It's just, I just didn't like the romance part of it. So overall, I think I gave this book a 3.5 stars. If you would like to read it, I highly recommend it. I love Casey West, and I have loved every single one of her books, and just because I gave it a 3.5 stars doesn't mean that it's not worth reading. So definitely check it out, and be sure to let me know in the comments down below if you do. And now let's jump on to the book that I read in August. So I have a toddler, and the book cover is missing to this wonderful book that I read in August, but that is Small Great Things by Jodi Picoult. So Jodi Picoult is another one of my all-time favorite female authors. I love her books. I just love how much work and research goes into each book that she writes. She oftentimes writes about a topic that's really taboo and just really like, I don't know, hard to talk about and not really talked about a lot in society. And so she takes those hard subjects and she creates a beautiful story and all of these amazing characters and makes us fall in love with them and just kind of pulls you in. And I absolutely love that about her. Small Great Things is no different. She put a lot of work, hard work and research into telling this story and creating it and really trying to bring the characters to life, and I feel like she did a great job. So the plot of this story is that Ruth is a nurse. She is a black nurse, an African-American nurse. She is a labor and delivery nurse, and she is assigned to a family who just came in and they had a baby boy. However, the couple is a white supremacist couple, and they make it very well known that they do not want her taking care of their baby, that she is not welcome, and under any circumstances is she allowed to take care of their son. And so obviously the hospital really sides with the patient on this, and so Ruth is put in a hard position and a difficult position, and she's just not allowed to do her job. And they make a note that, you know, kind of spins everything out of control. What ends up happening is the baby ends up dying, and Ruth is present when it happens, and she actually plays a big part in everything that happens when the baby passes away. And the parents see that she was there, and so they automatically assume, with her being the only African-American nurse in that room, they place blame on her, and so they decide to sue her for the wrongful death of their infant. So I really think that the story, I mean, the storyline and the topic that it deals with is very present in everyday society, especially now. It's a very important story to be told, because I feel like despite Jodi Picoult being a white writer, a white woman, a white author, she did a really good job of trying to portray Ruth, who is an African-American, really well and as best as she could. And I honestly feel like she did a great job. However, I am who I am, and I cannot speak for the black community, and so I have no idea how true her perspective and how her narrative and the voice that she gives to Ruth, how very true that is. But I know that she really tried her best, and that's really all I can go off of. So I really like this story. It was intense, it was a lot, and it talked about some really hot topics and some really hard subjects. And like I said, the thing that I really enjoy about Jodi Picoult's writing is that she really does a lot of research before she goes and starts writing a novel. So she talked to a lot of white supremacists, she talked to neo-Nazis, she talked to skinheads, she talked with African Americans who work in the medical community, and talk to lawyers and all of that, and puts it all in her books. So I highly recommend this story. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars just because the ending kind of ruined it for me. It is a work of fiction. That's all I'm going to say, is that it is a work of fiction and it does not accurately portray things and how they happen in real life. That is why I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. So I highly recommend it, and if you guys are looking for a fiction book that talks about racism, I highly recommend that you pick this up. So that is all. Those are the 2 books that I managed to read throughout the months of July and August. I have almost met my reading goal of 20 books. These books make 18 and 19 for my list. So yay! But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. And if you've read either one of these books and you would like to discuss them further, please leave them in the comments below. I do ask that you keep your comments respectful and kind, because we are all blessed and beautiful people, and we like to keep things as pleasant as possible. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great day and you have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.